Well, hi, welcome to this brief demo of a module we've created for Odoo version 9 that connects with Twilio. Twilio is a telephony API system where you can very easily go into their website, sign up for an account, search for a phone number. It could be a local phone number in countries around the world, or it could be a toll-free number. You purchase that phone number, and you're going to get a Twilio API key. So once you install this module, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to come in, we're going to enter in our API key information. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to come in here to options, and this is where we're going to put in some text. So if I say hello and I put in bracket name bracket, that's going to replace this with the name of the customer if the caller ID finds them already in the system. If it doesn't, it's just going to say hello. Thank you for calling, and then you can type in whatever text you want here. This is a company called Animal Element, so we're going to say, hello, name of the person if it's in the system, thank you for calling. The phone number you're going to get from Twilio, you're going to enter it here. We've got, for this text-to-speech conversion, we've got 3 different voices. We've got kind of a generic man, a woman, and a second woman's voice called Alice. And here we can choose different languages. So if we choose Alice, we're limited to about 5 languages. If we choose man or woman, we get about 20 different languages. So we're going to just say Alice and EN for English. And we will be able to support multiple phone numbers. So it's possible you might have a local phone number for a country. You might have a toll-free number for a different country. So this way we can stack and we can support multiple phone numbers, with each phone number having its own phone tree. So this is really the bread and butter of this module, is this phone tree option. So what we do is we can come in here and we can create a new extension. And when we don't have a parent record, that's essentially our root level menu. So, and it's going to read this voice text, and we're going to support an option later where instead of having voice text, you can put a URL for an MP3 file, and this way you can have an actual recorded person's voice. If you don't want to do that and you think the computer voice seems good enough and you want to get up and running super fast, just type in that voice text. So right now, the first thing it's going to read, someone calls in, there's no root level, this is the root level menu. It's going to say press 0 for the operator, and we choose a type. And we're going to have different functions over time. We're going to continue to build this out. And what this means is, what does this do? So we're going to say this is just a transfer to extension, and we're going to select the employee it's going to transfer to. And here it's going to look up the work phone, and that's the phone number that it's going to call that employee on. Now, instead of a phone number, this could actually be a SIP client. So if you're using a VoIP phone, you could just put in that SIP address. I think it might even work with Skype. Really, it's whatever Twilio supports. And that's who it's going to call. When a call comes in and someone presses 0, that way we know who to do it. And it's going to read this, so it's going to read that text there. Now let me show you another one we have. So prompt 1, that's just transferred to a different employee. Prompt 2 puts us into a call queue. And this is kind of slick. So this is where we can have hold music, we can have a number of things. So what this is going to say is press 2 for sales. And then any employee that we add in, any employee that we put in the sales department will show up automatically here. So if we were to go over to the department for sales, if we go over to the HR module, we can have different employees in this area, and then we can sort of remove or add in whatever employees we want. So this is a call queue for the sales department. So let's say instead we want, so that's option 3. Now we're going to say, so that was prompt 2. Now we have one for prompt 3. So if someone were to press 3 for support, the type is called menu. And what menu does is it takes us to another level deep inside of this phone tree. So what we've done here, this is record 6. So we've created the next level menu. And the first thing it's going to read is option 1, and that actually takes us to another menu. So we can stack menus as deep as we want, and this one's going to say press 1 for US support, and that takes us to another menu. And then number 2, option 2 under this menu is going to be for So this option 2 actually takes us into a call queue. And we don't have any employees in here, but we could configure some. And here we have a department called Support International Support. So if they pressed 1 for US support, it took them to a different menu, which could have more options. But in this one, it's going to read and it's going to say press 2 for international support, and it's going to transfer them into a call queue. So once somebody gets transferred into a call queue, what we do is the system will automatically call an employee. If there's no employee already in the call queue ready to receive a call, then we're going to call an employee on their work phone. We're going to add them into the call queue, and then they're going to take the next caller in that call queue. And then Twilio decides automatically whatever client is next in line, it's going to go ahead and do that. Another option we've got, so we've got our menus, we've got our call queue. Another function we've built in here is called delivery order status. And what this is going to do, this is a little function we've written in. It integrates with our shipping module. And what it will do is it will go into the inventory section. It'll go into delivery orders. It will look up this customer. So it will do a caller ID lookup on the client, find their record, find their last delivery order, the last sales order, find the delivery order, and then it will read, it'll do a text-to-speech conversion, and it will say, your last order was order number 101. It was shipped via UPS, and the tracking number is 1Z1234. It'll read the tracking number out. And then we could even say and the latest status is in transit, on truck for delivery. So we pull these status options from our shipping module. We get those status updates constantly from the carriers. So this way we can read it in. So we don't need a customer service person getting tied up to answer a simple question like, what's the status of my order? Every phone call that comes into the system gets logged under this calls section. So if we see some of the calls that we did today, you can see it'll log if the call was outbound or inbound. This is done automatically. Now, if a call was an inbound call, what we do is we automatically grab the caller ID name. We get this from Twilio. So we also, if the phone number exists in the partner section, we will automatically link this call to the partner record. This information, city, state, zip, country, this is all going to come from the caller ID information that may or may not match the partner record. So this is just information on that call. If the call was initiated by an employee as an outbound call, it'll show the employee name there. Or if a certain employee ultimately received the call, then we'll show it here. If there was a recording for the call, and we'll show some examples where there was, a lot of these were just test calls, but when we actually get connected to a person, it will record the call and it will show us a little audio player here with the call in it. It's going to give us a timestamp. We are adding the ability for it to do a transcription. That will do a voice-to-text transcription of the call, and you will see all of the text here. And then we have a field here where employees can add any kind of notes. So if I got on this call, I could type in notes on that call while it's happening. So let me show you the recording. So this is an outbound call we just did a test of. So we went into the partner record. Actually, I'll just show you this. We go into the partner record, and we have a little button. I think we're not showing up for the moment, but basically there's a little button here, or you click the phone number, and what that's going to do is that's going to it's going to initiate a call. It's going to call me, whatever user I'm logged in as. It's going to look up my work phone number. Let's say it's my cell phone number. It's going to call me, the employee, on my cell phone number, and it's then going to turn around and call the customer and get them on the line. And then that's when it's going to create this call record. It's going to say this is an outbound call, and this is an actual, so this is a recording of me. So that's just me talking to myself. I was on both ends of that call. So this way we have the recording, and this little audio player, this comes from Twilio. So when we get the recording at the end of the call, we then come back in here and we update this record. So this will usually come within, I don't know, 10 or 20 seconds of the call being completed. It'll come back in, update the record, and put that audio thing back in here. Other options that we're going to be adding in here, there may be a possibility if it links with our credit card module we have that we're working on, where we can store credit card information. It could be a possibility where a customer could look up their last order in the system and press a button that says, I want to reorder my last order. The system could say, your last order, you ordered 5 times product A. Do you confirm that you want to place the same order? They say yes. We grab the credit card on file and we submit the order again. If they say no, I want to make a change, they press 2, transfers the call to somebody in customer service. The other thing we have up here in the navigation bar at the top, if you can see my mouse up here, we've got a little minus sign and a plus sign. So if I click this phone icon, this now means that I'm able to receive phone calls. So this logged in user is able to receive calls. So if I'm assigned to a phone in the phone tree, if I'm assigned to a call queue, then right now this means that I'm not accepting calls because I clicked the minus sign. So even though my name might be listed here, I'm not going to receive a call. And now this means there's no employees able to receive a call. So no employees able to receive the call. So it's going to route the customer to voicemail. If I click this, it says, yes, I can now receive calls. Call comes in, and it's going to, once the call comes in, then it will route the call to me at whatever my work phone number is. Again, that could be a SIP, it could be an actual cell phone, whatever that is. So that's the current functionality we have right now. I'm sure that over time we're going to continue to add in more layers of functionality inside of here. More different types of calls, things like voicemail, automated outbound dialing for CRM function, like if you wanted to make 10 calls in a row and it just, plows through like a lead list, we'll add functionality like that. And whatever other recommendations the community has, we can look at adding into this module. Thanks.